Tap this screen, tap this screen, tap this screen, tap this screen. Greetings, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to another day. Trinidad Tobago is watching. Greetings to you, my brother. I've been around, but I'm here now. So do tap the screen, share the live, repost the live. Thank you so much to everyone that supports us. Share the live with 100 people in your DMs. Viewing from Pennsylvania, PA. Getting some strange? How's that? What's strange? I hope everything is going good with everyone as we navigate Trump's war on Iran. As we navigate these current unpredictable yet exciting times. Unfortunately, sad as well. Sad for those who are losing their lives. Sad for those whose daily routines are interrupted by bombs as a product of wars started by politicians. What a sad world, and yet very exciting world. In the midst of all this, there is an idea which is a common denominator in all problems. The idea of God. And we are here to demystify the idea of God. It is not a mystery that man made God in his image. And a man cannot be a master of himself if he worships a God conjured up by the imagination of another man. You will serve the man who made up the God you worship. That is in fact the true nature of our world. Whether you like it or not, it is the truth. If you're not following us on YouTube, make sure you check out our YouTube links in the description. If you're feeling generous, you want to support us, our Cash App is in the description. Make sure you go on my profile and you click on Bakanga's board and become a member. There's many exciting things there and coming. If you're a hater, I guess I can't help you. You're already in a miserable state. Greetings, brothers and sisters. There is no God. There never has been. There never would be. That is our enchantment. That is the spell that I cast upon you. Abakwa. No, it's Batbu. It's the man from Batbu. One chance is two chance. Only a few people in this world can understand what I just said. However, thank you for tapping the screen. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Let's get to 20,000 likes as soon as possible. Send your requests, if and only if you disagree. And if I feel the need to bring up people who do not disagree, I will let you know. Listen, I hate to be rude, right? That if I say send your request, if and only if you disagree, and you send your request but you don't disagree, I'm just going to have to start taking people down, no matter how nice you are. All right? No matter how nice you are, if you send your request and you do not disagree, I am going to drop you. Especially if I haven't called for it. I could call for people who don't disagree to send their request. But the goal is to wrestle in disagreement while navigating the nuances associated with believing in God, following a religion, making it the whole of your life, to the point where some people practically are slaves. Some claim to find freedom within the idea of God. But in my experience, a slave can only be as free as they believe that slavery is freedom. If that did not register, I will repeat. A slave can only be as free as they believe that slavery is freedom. This is not the time to be messing around. End time. Oh, hell no. You better not come in here with that. Felipe, rather than be a keyboard warrior, send your request and come here. Let me reorganize your mentality. We all need to give them back their belief system. We don't necessarily need to give anyone anything. We just need to let go of it. It's weighing you down. Your belief in God is like a weight of iron tied around your leg, and you are in the middle of the ocean. You can only drown. You are trying to swim up as much as possible, but you can only drown. And unfortunately, you are not naturally or biologically made in a way that you can breathe underwater. Natalia, much love. Greetings to everyone that's coming in, y'all. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Let's not be reluctant in tapping the screen. The people that watch my lives, we are some of the laziest screen tappers on TikTok. And I don't mean this in a negative sense. I'm just quoting the truth. Who just said that? Adela, did you just say I am AI? Did you just call me an AI? Bro, you're mysterious when going live. Indeed, indeed. Make sure you join Bakanga's bulletin. It would notify you every time I go live, okay? Tap my profile. You will see on the description of my profile something that says Bakanga's board. Tap on it, join it, and you would know every time I go live. Felipe, if you have something to say, send your request. Papayo Kava. What is that? Wealthy? What is Papayo Kava? I don't know me. 20,000 likes, y'all. That's the destination. Common sense. Ça va bien, ça va bien. J'espère que tout va bien avec toi aussi. I had a dream about the apocalypse last night. Hope it wasn't a premonition. Yeah. You had a dream about the apocalypse. You hope it wasn't a premonition. What do I even say to you? Je sais plus lire le français. Ah, je lis bien le français, non. You're not responding to the relevant question. If you have a relevant question to ask me, send your request. What relevant question did you ask me, Willie? What relevant question did you ask me that I didn't answer? Ask the question again. Do not expect anything more than a brief answer if you're going to be a keyboard warrior. Oh, you mean an apocalypse, not like Revelations? If you're having premonitions or having dreams about our world being in chaotic times, that's not strange considering all the negativity in the media or in the medium today. There is so much negativity in the media, so much negativity around us that it's not surprising if you're having nightmares. But you must be strong and resilient. Tough times come and go. It is just the nature of our world, you know? It's just hard time anxiety. It's totally and perfectly human. The world will not end. It will keep going. And no matter how hard it gets, somebody always survives. You just want to make sure that you're one of them. Use your brain. No matter how hard things get, somebody always survives. Somebody always survives. You just want to make sure you are one of them. The only thing that's going to end is your life when you breathe your last breath. You can't even control your life. Why are you worried about the world? A dream is a dream. When the dream is over, you have no choice but to wake up into the real world. Natalia, it's been a while since I spoke about dreams. Forget the whole energy transfer thing, bro. If the energy you're putting is not energy in your car or in your battery, don't worry about it. If it has nothing to do with the food you eat and the nutrients you gain, don't worry about it. Some of you like to take simple things and turn them into mysteries. Like, you guys are addicted. You guys are addicted to complicating things, simple things. And then the things which are already simple, you ignore. The things which should be simple, you ignore. I posted some videos on YouTube recently, so definitely go check it out. Who are you? I'm a man. I'm a man that likes to talk. Do you got a problem with that? Do I need to be more than that? I don't need to be more than that. Hey, I can only be the man that I can be to myself. What I am to you, that's up to your imagination. So you're free to imagine me however you want. You can imagine me as a limited man. You can imagine me as an unlimited man. That's none of my business. That is none of my business. Surah, Jesus is the savior of your imagination. You are correct. What is God? He is the savior of your feelings and your emotions. If you don't like it, cry about it. The only thing Jesus is going to save is your feelings and your emotion. That's it. And if it works for you, if you like it, no problem. You see, religious people would love if we actually hated them. Many of you wish that we hated you. You wish that we hated your religion. We don't hate your religion. We're just calling it out. My thoughts on both world wars being planned and possibly a third one. Nothing happens randomly in our world at the political level. There are always benefactors, okay? The financial system that governs our world is such that somebody is always making a profit in hard times, in difficult times, in good times. The question here is, are you one of those people making a profit in the hard times and in the good times? If not, you need to use wisdom and set up your life in a way that you could always make profit no matter the state of the world. Stock market is going to remain volatile and unpredictable in times such as this. Listen, those who rule the world, they don't think in power in terms of days, months, or years. They think of power in terms of generations. That's right. Most of the powerful people in the world today already have everything they need to secure a very decent, high standard of living for themselves. Most of the chaos you see that they perpetrate, it's for their descendants and those that come after them. They want to ensure that you and I never rise up to the point where we become a competition to them. That's just the nature of the world. My thing for you is, are you one of those people? What we need to do is you need to start forming secret societies. We need to start forming secret societies. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. But you and your small group of friends, y'all need to become tight-knitted, consciously intentional, like a secret society. You need to make bonds that transcend just your generation. If you're a lone wolf in this world, the world will swallow you up. The world will crush you. You're just collateral damage in a game of chess being played by rich and powerful people. Use wisdom. All right? Use wisdom. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 20,000 likes. Felipe.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sure. What just happened here? Hold up. Give me a second. All right. What's cooking?
Nothing much.
Oh, sure.
Keep going on.
All right. What you got for me? Go straight to your point, brother. If not, I would like to just keep talking.
You said interrogation, there's no
Speed it up,
God.
speed it up, speed it up. Be concise and precise. I hope you're not just thinking about what you have to say right now. Please don't
I'm
drag it
not
out.
thinking that. Oh, no. I'm not thinking about anything you say. You say, why do
I
you
can't
believe
hear
in
you,
God?
man. Your microphone is messing up.
It's my headphone. Wait, let me go on the speaker. Hold on.
I give you about 20 seconds for you to fix your sound.
All right, it's much better now. Can you hear me?
It's much better. Now, go straight to your point.
All right. So you say, why do you believe in God? I believe in God because it's the Most High. Number two is there were documentations. There are signs. There are evidence for one to believe. If you go into Revelations, at this time that we have, it was even said in the Bible that when the time comes, there's going to be sign. First tribulation. There's going to be war. There's going to be rumors of war. There's going to be famine, inflation. There's going to be more intelligence, which is like. So, I believe that there's God, and I believe there's God. So,
Is that the best you can do with your brain?
it's not the best I can do. It's what you are just so adamant. You know what adamant means? Like, you are like a rock. Like, you don't want to listen to anybody. It's just your own opinion. And that's fine.
Is that the best you can do with your brain?
I am telling you straight fact. Straight fact is what I'm telling you. There is. Look at the time that we are now. It was said in the Bible a long time ago that the time is coming where there's going to be war. Look at what is going on in the Middle East. Just for example, and just look. They said there's going to be a red moon. Tell me, we didn't see any red moon recently. Tell me. There are things bubbling up. Things are going on. I'm telling you. Just look around you.
You are an embarrassment to a perfectly functioning black man's brain. If that's the best you can do with your brain.
My friend, why will you talk like that to me?
I'm not insulting you. I'm just describing a scenario. Please don't take it personally.
It's not. I'm not taking it personally now. Why would I take it personally? But relax. So listen to what I'm saying. Look around you now. Yeah? Look at the things that were said in the book and look at what is going on in the world. Better start buying food because food is going to be expensive soon. Don't worry.
I will ask you again. Is that the best you can do with your brain?
I got more.
If not, give me something better, or you can keep quiet. Let me educate you.
Hey, How are you trying to educate me? Are you trying to educate the educator? Where is your notes, by the way? Go get your notes. I can teach you stuff. My goodness gracious. Let me educate you. You
Is
understand what I'm
that
saying?
the best you can do with your brain? Last
My
chance.
medulla oblongata is intact, my friend. Relax. It is intact.
How old are you?
Me? Guess now.
How old are you?
You tell me.
Last chance. How old are you?
I'm 28.
How long have you been a believer?
Since I was born, I was a believer since I was in the stomach.
Have you read the whole Bible?
I've read the entire Bible. I've listened to the Bible. I listen to it all the time.
Have you read the whole Bible?
And now, what is the problem if I read it or not? Is there any... what is going on there?
Next guest. Send your request if and only if you disagree. Send your request if and only if you disagree.
Hello, good morning.
Salutations. What you got for me?
You asked if there is God and why do I believe in God? Actually, my take on the God aspect is that people actually try to find God the wrong way. Do you understand? The word as
Don't talk
I
about people, talk about yourself. Please go straight to your point. Be concise, be precise. You did not come up here to think. You came up here to tell me what you already know. So please, my brother, sharp and be audible.
okay, why I believe that there is God is that I'm from Africa. Here in Africa, you see things. It's not like the God the Christians preach, the God that they will tell you that you go to heaven to see. Yeah, you know that there is God because in Africa you can see where someone will say, I did this in the name of God. If you shoot me to not penetrate. And those things are spiritual. Those are things science can actually explain. And if those things are possible, then God is possible. Do you agree with me?
Is that the best you can do with your brain?
Yeah,
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're what?
26.
Are you married?
Nah.
Do you have a full-time job?
Yeah.
Are you
I'll be
financially
looking for
stable?
job. Oh, I'll say in my own aspect. Because
In your
financially
own
stable.
aspect.
Yeah, financially stable. No, even the richest man in the world does not believe he's financially stable because he's looking for more.
I don't want to hear your philosophy. Just answer the question.
I told
It's
you
yes or
yes.
no.
Yes, in my own aspect. Yeah. Okay.
Tell me 3 things that believing in God has done for you. Straightforward, sharp. I don't want explanation. Just direct quote.
3 things believing in God has done for me. First, believing in God has actually made me who I am today. Second, believing in God has actually saved me from a lot. And third, believing in God is what I can do to survive.
Believing in God has made you who you are.
Yeah.
Believing in God. What else?
Believing in God has actually, let's just say, you can't do
No, no,
life
no,
without
no.
God.
Listen, I want you to repeat those 3 things again. I forgot. Repeat those 3 things you just told me.
Believing in God has actually made me who I am today. Believing
One,
in God has actually taught me a lot of things. And
two.
believing in God is actually the way of life.
He just said it
Yeah.
very differently from how you said it the first time. Say it again. Believing in God has done what for you?
Believing in God has actually made me who I am today.
1,
Believing in God has actually taught me a lot.
2.
And believing in God is actually the way of life. Do you understand?
What do you mean by the way of life? Tell me.
You know, God actually revolves around everything. Do
What
you
do you mean by
understand?
the way of life? Tell me.
Am I also allowed to ask you questions? Or you are the one just doing the questions?
What does the screen say?
Okay. I would say I'm also allowed to ask questions because I want to ask you a question and what make you actually believe that there is no God.
Go to my profile, click the link in the description. You will find my YouTube channel. I have more than 140 videos of my previous live sessions. By the time you've watched all of them, I would have answered that question 100 times. Thank you for your time,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Some of you believers, hello?
Yeah, hello?
Go straight to your point. What you got? Precise, concise, intentional answers.
Sure, yeah. I believe there is a God. I'm not a Christian, but I believe there is a God simply because I think there is like concrete evidence. I can't give like a physical, like necessarily like say, I can't point to like here and say, here is God, right? But I feel like there's just like a lot of evidence surrounding us in the like the physical world, you know.
When human beings are ignorant about the world around them,
Then
they imagine something greater than themselves. They make it in their image and then make their whole life gravitate around it. After a given amount of time, they forget that they made it up to begin with. They often call it God. Let me repeat what I just said. When human beings are often ignorant about the world around them, they imagine something greater than them. They make it in their image and they cause their whole life to gravitate around it. After a while, they forget that they made it up to begin with. You sound like the victim of this phenomenon I'm describing.
okay, I mean, do you just think that God is only like? Do you think human beings only what is it called? Believe in God because they just want to believe in God? You don't think God exists at all? Like,
It's the fear of the unknown.
okay,
Reality anxiety. Reality makes people anxious.
so you don't
Anxious about why they're here.
right?
Anxious about what to do. Anxious about how they feel. Anxious about the fact that they suffer and they experience pain. Anxious about the fact that they will die. And
So
if they are not emotionally stable enough to simply accept these things as the constant, consistent reality of our world, they will seek a mental medium to help them deal with that anxiety. Fundamentally, I don't too much have a problem with it. The place where I have a problem is where you forget that you made it up in the first place.
so you don't think
Can you
there
imagine you
can
lie to
be?
yourself for so long that you forget that originally it was a lie?
I can imagine that, yes, but
That becomes a problem.
you don't think
Now,
there's anything greater than humans?
what do you mean by greater?
Well, because you mentioned in your response, you said when human beings think, when they live in, I don't know, you said something about when they live in the physical world and they think something's greater than them or something
Relax.
like that.
Relax. I'm going to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Who do you know that can be you better than you?
Uh, Nobody, because I don't think,
So there's no God, there's no supreme beings, there's
no,
no
no,
nothing.
like human being wise.
I'm going to ask you again, in the totality of your existence, since your lungs started drawing breath, who do you know that can be you better than you?
A God.
Which one?
The one that's the universe.
That God can be you?
That's all around us.
That God can be you?
No, that God can't be me. That's the thing that's greater than me.
Listen, I'm going to ask you the question again. Don't gaslight me. Since your lungs started drawing breath, who do you know that can be you better than you?
God, a supreme being. I don't know the
How
name.
can God be you better than you?
Because if I believe God created me, then it's almost as if that God and that supreme being already kind of knows exactly how my life is pretty much like a script.
So that makes that God you better than you?
No, that means that God would be
My
able
question
to.
was, who do you know that can be you better than you?
That's my answer, bro. The supreme being.
How can a supreme being be you better than you?
Because he or she or whatever it is, the universe created me. So
If you create something, you become the thing you created?
no, if you are
So the question is, who can be you better than you? It has nothing to do with what makes you. It has everything to do with something or someone being you. In the totality of everything that makes you, from how you feel, from the experiences you've had, from who you are as a singular entity within our realm. Who? The answer is no one. And the fact that you have a difficult time answering that question is indicative of a struggle. You might not even know who you are.
But how did I have a difficult time answering it when I answered it very direct?
Did you understand my question?
Yeah, I perfectly understood.
What was my question?
Your question was, who do I know that could be better than me? That's what your question was, right? Or who do I know that could live my life better than me or do things better than me? Isn't that what your question's insinuating?
Like I said, you have mental struggles. So I'm going to ask the question again because I understand your condition. I truly understand your condition. So I will ask the question again. If English is difficult for you to comprehend, let me simplify it. Who are you?
Who am I?
You don't have to repeat the question if you heard it.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I am a human being.
That's what you are.
Yeah. I'm a conscious living being that exists
That's
in the
also
universe.
what you are. I'm asking, who are you?
I'm also a god. Because I can create. I mean, I can answer your second question on the screen if this one isn't, if I'm not doing it for you.
The goal here is not just that you talk when I ask you a question, is that you respond coherently, consistently, with behavior resembling a person that understood the question. Your struggles is indicative of instability, perhaps instability that you are not aware of. If you don't know who you are, how will you even be able to answer my question that I originally asked you? Who are you?
I'm a conscious being that exists in the
That's what
universe.
you are.
Yeah.
Asking who? Who?
You gotta give me a little context then, like in what
The
sense?
context is who are you?
I'm a human being. Who?
That's what you are.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you what are you. I said who are you?
Are you trolling, man? Because I've got like
If somebody asks you who are you, what do you say?
my name. Like I'm
If
confused.
somebody asks you who, if you go to a job interview and they ask you who are you, what are you gonna say?
Oh, I'll say my position probably, or
Who
I'll
are
say
you?
like I am this person. This is my position.
So if you go to go get a new job and somebody say who are you, you will say I am a human being. I am a consciousness.
No, it depends on the context
Okay,
of
so who are
the
you?
conversation. I don't understand like what like it depends on the context of the conversation that you're having.
Brother, if somebody said who are you, what would you say? Why are you complicating it?
I mean, how am I complicating it?
If someone was to ask you who are you, what would you say?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the context of what you're asking.
In any context, if a human being walked up to you and said, who are you? What would you say?
I would probably be like, what do you mean? That would be my first question. Because if you just ask me, who are you? If that's your first initial question to me, who are you?
What does who
I
mean?
would just be like, what do you mean by who
what does
are
who
you?
mean? What does the word who mean?
You're trying to identify and find out, like, I don't know, whatever the thing is that you're asking about. Like, who is that thing? What is that thing? Yeah, I mean,
What's your name?
you could just call me Green Coast.
What's your name?
Green Coast.
That's not your name. What's your name?
I can't give my real name on the app, but
That's why you cannot be who you are really on the app, because you're fake anyways.
okay.
That's why you can't answer the simple question of who can be you better than you. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are so much that when someone asks for your name, you don't even know how to give your name unless someone said, what's your name? You're simple-minded, but to the point of gullibility. Because you've taken a concept that you have no mastery over and made it the center of your life, right?
No, not necessarily.
If you knew who you were, you would know that no one can be you better than you. That's why you are you. If not, you wouldn't be you. If there's someone else in existence anywhere that can be you better than you, then you are not you.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you get what I'm saying, then in that context, there could be no supreme being from your perspective as long as you are who you are. There could just be a different being.
Well, yeah, okay, so I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent because, like, like the reason why I even agree to a certain extent is because I feel like I'm a believer in God, right? Like, I'm not a Christian or anything, but I believe in a supreme being. And I feel like even if that supreme being is capable of creating you, like say that supreme being created me, the universe.
You are not created, and your existence in this world is not the product of a supreme being. If you don't know that, again, either you're uneducated or you've lied to yourself for so long that you function incoherently with nature. or
Well,
reality?
well, no, I'm very educated. I know we come from human beings. Obviously, I know like my mother is the one that created me, like from a biological standpoint, and my father. Like I know that, right? I'm very educated on that, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, right? Something had to be behind the first creation of all of our existences, like everybody that exists, even including the people watching this, right? We didn't just
Something,
like appear.
something. If
We
something
started from somewhere.
if something initiates something, another thing, does that make the thing that initiates the other thing supreme?
Yeah, kind of, because
So is the spark of fire that lights up the whole forest greater than the fire that burns out the whole forest? Is it supreme?
yeah, because without that
Is
spark,
the gasoline, or is the static or the spark that starts the fire greater than the fire?
in a sense, yes, because without that
In what
spark, the
sense?
fire. That's what I'm explaining. In a sense, yes, you could argue that because without that spark, that fire would have not been possible.
That just means that it leads to it. But in terms of capability, in terms of impact, it's not.
Well, that's what autonomy is then for humans, because you can even say like, based on the simple
Oh,
fact that a supreme being made us, right? We have autonomy, so therefore we can evolve. Our brains can evolve. We can get better and better. We can learn, but that doesn't mean that that supreme being is still not superior compared to us, because that thing gave us the ability to do that.
superior in what sense? We don't get any abilities we have from a supreme being.
Consciousness, I feel like
That is
consciousness is a.
inconsistent with the observable world we live in. Our abilities are not granted from supreme beings. That's why people die. That's why people suffer. That's why people have to work hard to survive. Survival is not granted. It is earned through hard work.
That's true. I can agree with that. But we are gods in a sense, right? So that's why we innovate, we create, we adapt, we change, we evolve, right? So
We are
we're
gods in no sense. The idea of God is completely and totally fictitious. There's nothing fictitious about us other than our imagination and our ability to conjure up things that don't exist.
but I mean, if that's what you believe, that's
That's not
perfectly
what I believe. That's what
fine.
reality is as observed by any brain that works.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I do, right? Like I do engineering work and stuff. So like I like to think of it thinking about it from like that perspective, right? Like when you're the engineer behind something, right, you're usually diagnosing that thing, fixing it, you maybe created that thing. So if something malfunctions, you're the expert, right? You know how to fix that thing. So you're supreme compared to like maybe perhaps anybody else that's like trying to fix that thing, because you know everything, you know all the nuances, you know how that thing functions from the very core. So
Do you think that the person who invented the first car can fix your car today?
no, because it's been such a long
But they
time.
invented the first car.
Yeah, they invented the first car.
Without
Yeah,
them, there will be no cars.
I
So
agree.
why don't
Yeah,
you
that's
consider them
true.
supreme?
They still are, in a sense.
In what
Yeah,
capacity?
in the capacity they can still point out simple things, right? Like such as like, hey, I know how to change your tires, or I know
You
this
think that the
should.
person that invented the first car will know how to change your tire today?
Yeah, they would.
How?
It's very easy. They could learn it for one.
Okay, they will have to learn it. If they have to learn it, that means the idea doesn't originate with them. So what makes them supreme?
No. It doesn't mean that the idea didn't originate. It just evolved. It evolved and it got
Okay, so
better.
when it
That's all it
evolves,
is.
the credit doesn't go to, who does the credit go to?
The credit will still go to them, because without them, them laying the foundation, that thing wouldn't be possible. I mean,
Would
that
your
would you not
existence,
agree
will
with
your
that?
existence be possible without your father making the choice to fuck your mother?
No, like that's exactly my point. Because
Hold
without
up,
that foundation,
hold up. Could the world still exist had your father not make the choice to lay with your mother?
Yeah, the world would still be here.
So
Yeah,
who is singularly most responsible for your singular existence?
they're both equally responsible.
Who is singularly supreme? Who had the final say on whether or not you exist?
It's not my father, if that's what you're saying, because it has to be both equally.
Who had the final say on whether or not you exist?
But yeah, I would say, like some people are saying in the comment, I would say God as well.
How?
Because I believe in that.
How did God have the final say on whether or not you exist?
Because God is the very beginning basis and foundation, right?
Is it God that told your mother to carry you for 9 months?
God is the universe.
Is God the one that told your mother to carry you for 9 months?
Yeah.
Could God exist even if your mother had chosen to abort you?
Yeah. God
Whose
would still
choice
be
and
here.
decision solely was it to carry you for 9 months?
My mother's.
Okay, who takes credit for that?
My mother would take the credit.
So your mother is singularly responsible for your existence, because despite what your father did, if she did not offer up her body so you can incubate with her autonomy, you wouldn't exist regardless of what else exists. So by your logic, there is only one supreme being in your life. If that's your logic, your mother. You should worship, honor, celebrate your mother above all else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love my mother, obviously, and
I didn't ask you whether you should love your mother or not. I'm telling you that by your logic, you are worshiping the wrong being. The one you conjured up in your head. You don't love your mother when you take the credit that belongs to her and give it to something that you made up in your head. That's not love, buddy. When you love someone, you give them credit for what they did.
yeah, but then you gotta ask, how did who gave
Doesn't matter
my
how.
mother the capability
What
to
matters
do that?
is she had the final decision. Her decision is the most necessary ingredient that facilitated your existence. Everything else could have been. However, had she made the opposite decision, you wouldn't exist.
So do you think my father has no role to play in that at all?
Your father's role is in the same capacity of anything else that came before your mother decided to keep that pregnancy, before your mother decided to endure the pain, ultimately leading to your conception, your growth, and your birth. When the umbilical cord was cut, a limb was dislocated from her body. She has the final say. We have autonomy. We are responsible for the choices we make. Are we not?
Yeah, we are.
She's responsible for the choice she made. So she gets the credit. All the credit.
I don't disagree.
All right. So by your logic, how you justify... Okay, let me ask you a question. Who's greater? Your mother or whatever else you conjured up in your head?
God, the supreme, the universe.
How is God great?
How's the universe greater? How is God greater? Because
You're confronting two things. You keep using the word God and the universe interchangeably. It's not.
okay, I'll just say the universe. Because
When you say the universe, what do you mean?
The reason why, okay, this is what I mean.
When you say the universe, what do you mean?
Yeah, I just mean the universe is God in the sense that
Well,
God,
no. When you say the universe, what do you mean by the universe?
Okay, what I mean by the universe, I'm basically kind of using it as a phrase to reference God in the sense that the universe is all around us.
Let me ask you a
God
question.
all
What is the
around us.
universe? What is the universe?
Everything that we see and observe.
The totality of everything that we see and observe is the universe.
Correct.
How about what we don't see and what we don't observe? Is it the universe also?
Yes.
So when you said the universe, what do you mean?
It's everything that you see, you don't see, you feel. I mean, it can just go on. That's all part of the
Does
universe.
everything that exists exist as a singularity?
No, but it exists in like
Does everything
sequences.
that exists exist as a singularity?
No, but it exists in a sequence. Without the
That would be a
sequence, it wouldn't be
multiplicity.
possible.
That would be a multiplicity. So the idea of the universe is not singularly responsible for anything, because different things happen at different points in time in different ways, shape, or form. You can conceptualize what all those things would be and call it a universe. But to then say the universe is God, it's a little bit stupid.
But how is that? How is it? Why would you think it's stupid or foolish to think that the
Because you don't
universe is
think,
God?
listen, there is cause and effect.
Right.
If the universe is a singularity or a single thing, then there's only cause but no effect. The moment you have a cause and effect, now you have two things.
Yeah, but the cause made the effect possible.
What made the cause possible?
So what made the cause possible? That I can't really. I don't know. I don't know.
That's how you know that your idea is full of shit, when you hit the point where you're like, that I don't know. If you don't know that, what's the chance that everything else you say?
I mean, I could just keep saying God, but you're just gonna keep disagreeing.
Yeah, you can just keep saying God, and I'm going to ask you where that God come from. I know where it comes from very well. I know exactly where it comes from. The problem is that you don't.
That I don't know where the idea of God comes from.
You want me to tell you where it comes from?
Yeah, let me hear it.
You made it up in your head. You don't even know it. You don't even know it. That's crazy. That's why when I ask you where it comes from, all of a sudden you're, oh shit. Hold up. Where does God come from? Who created God again? Oh, nobody told you that, you did. Oh, just because you're using words, you're not necessarily observing what you're doing. It's like, bro, you just took a shit right there, then turn around and tell me, I asked you, where did that shit come from? And you just forgot that you're the one who just took that dump. Like, bro, that came out of you, bro.
So how can you explain dreams if you don't think like did you know like a dream is something that scientists still can't even explain, like how it actually, like they can like explain it on a biological level as far as like what
That's all it is.
but they
That's all
can't
it is. It is
explain
nothing more
why
than
it happens.
it is nothing more than the biological.
But they can't explain the phenomenon of why it happens.
Just like I can't explain the perverted thoughts or the good thoughts that you have in your head, but I know what thoughts are. And because the thoughts in your head take the shape and form of your experiences, is going to be subjective.
Okay, but now we're talking
Just
about.
like I can understand exactly how your stomach is digesting the food in your stomach right now, specifically based on how much of it you ate, how much gastric acid you have, but I understand the process. Just like I can't understand how much your fart that you just farted 5 minutes ago smells, because I'm not there. But I understand the biological process. It's a product of the biological process. So yes, your body has the ability to do electrical impulses and electrical and chemical impulses in your brain, and the brain's function to generate images while your body is in a state of relaxation, what we typically call sleep.
Yeah.
But within that experience, there is no sense of time, no sense of place, and you don't have autonomy, because it is an autonomous function of the body. Just like digestion in your stomach is autonomous. You don't tell your stomach what to do. The moment you eat, you have no control. The food just follows that natural path. The stomach reacts naturally the way it should when it encounters whatever you ate. Whatever is digestible, it breaks it down. Whatever nutrients can be extracted, the body extracts. And whatever it doesn't need, typically we call it shit.
Okay, so do you think? So you would agree that in order for there to be an effect, there has to be a cause, right?
That is how we observe things happening in our world with no specific starting point. So there is nothing in our world that is the product of a singular cause that we know. So when we simplify it to cause and effect, it's for the purpose of understanding. But it's more nuanced than that when you begin to examine a specific effect. You will notice that every effect is the product of multiple dominoes, not a singular domino. You know what we call domino effect, right?
Yeah.
It's not singular, it's actually plural.
Okay. The reason I asked though is because if you agree that there has to be if you agree that there has to be a cause in order for an effect to occur.
I just told you that it's not a cause, it's causes.
Okay, it's causes. So if
There are causes for every effect. And
Right.
every effect eventually becomes a cause
right
within a chain of causes leading to something
chain
else.
reaction. Yep.
It's a cyclical, it's a loop,
I agree.
you know? Almost in the same capacity, like I always give this example. Let me demonstrate to you right now. All right? Can you show me what point on this circle I first started drawing it?
You said, can I show you where you started drawing it first?
Yeah. On what point on this circle did I first start drawing it?
Kind of like at the top.
Where?
That's what I saw. Like the top, like kind of like the top left, maybe. Wasn't
Like,
really.
like right here?
Yeah.
Wrong. Are you guessing?
I can't tell because obviously it's a circle. It's a circle. It's just.
So how long will it take for you to figure it out if I give you eternity?
I can't really figure that out because I don't know where you started the loop. So
That's the world. Understanding our world, understanding the things that happen in our world, is not by making things linear. If you view things linearly, you get stuck between the dilemma of infinity, from negative infinity to positive infinity. What you do is you pick a focal point. The focal point is where you are. Where you find yourself within the expanse of reality. And you start measuring, you use yourself as the pivot, and you start measuring in any direction. So in terms of the way we experience time, time always begins right now. Time doesn't begin in the past. It doesn't begin in the future. It always begins right now. Every beginning of time is always a now.
that's true. I agree with that.
Time cannot begin yesterday. Time cannot begin tomorrow. Time only begins right now. And then you measure time backwards. We label it past. We conceptualize it as past. And then you measure time forward, with yourself being 0.0. Not 0.1. Not -1. You are not -1. You're not +1. You're 0. So when you begin to analyze reality, if you're chasing the beginning linearly, you will go to -1, and it won't be long before you find out that -2 came before -1. It won't be long before you find out that -3 came before negative 2 and 1. And then even when you get to -1 million, there will be -1 million point 0.000000001 and -1 million point 0.000000002. You get caught in a labyrinth. It's a trap. It's a prison. That's how you put a person's mind in the prison. You put them in a room with no exits, but with many doors. I put you in a room with many doors, but no way out. I want you to picture that.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it.
That's why religious people, they always make this huge blunder when they defend the existence of God. They will explain everything else like they know, right? With confidence and impunity until you ask them, where did God come from? And they just go back to the exact same shit that everybody else is saying. Oh, God has always been there. Well, fuck. If God has always been there, why couldn't the universe have always been there? Why can't human beings have always been there in some way, shape, or form? Why do you have to now make a distinction between the creator and the created? If the person you think is the creator has always been there, what are the chances that what you think was created has always been there as well?
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I got one more thing. So the reason I asked the whole cause and effect question is because I wanted to compare that to, like, give an example to, like, AI, right? AI wouldn't exist if it was not for humans. Would you agree?
What is AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Do you believe humans were created?
I do, yes. Like, I
That would make
believe
human beings artificial intelligence.
you said that would make humans artificial intelligence.
Whatever would have made us would be the real intelligence. We're just going to be artificial robots that can feel with emotions.
Yeah,
We're not so different.
You can
So
think
when
about
you
it
say
that
AI,
way.
what the fuck do you mean?
No, well, what I'm trying to imply is that when it comes to who, like, the whole AI argument, right?
Which AI?
You could say that human beings are God in the sense because we created AI. And if AI is becoming so advanced to the point now where it's like they're saying, oh, the AI is going to be smarter than us. But it's like, who formed the very basis and foundation of that AI, right? Somebody
So
had to
human
create
beings
that.
are God because we made AI. If that's what makes us God, what will you then call the person that makes human beings?
That
If human beings are gods because we made AIs, what will you then call the person who makes human beings? Ladies and gentlemen, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. We've been online for an hour. We're only at 33,000 likes. Do tap the screen, tap the screen.
bad. I had to relocate quick. You said something about. Can you ask the
If
question one
human
more time?
beings are gods because we made AIs, what will you then call whatever made human beings?
Hey, oh, okay. I mean, it would still be God. It would still be
What will
the
you
same.
call whatever made that thing that made human beings?
It would still be a God.
Okay, doesn't that make everything God? And then at the end of the day, you didn't solve any problem. You just changed the label that you give everything.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier that even
No,
us.
listen. Take the word God and use the word stone. Let's call what we know as artificial intelligence. No, let's call human beings stones because we made AIs. And then whatever made human beings are also stones. And then whatever made that thing is also stones. Then everything is a stone. What the fuck did you intelligently solve? You just created a problem that you cannot navigate. The goal here is to find answers, to solve a problem, not
Right.
create one you can't solve. So if something is God simply because it's the cause that brought about an effect, and considering that every cause is a previous effect of a previous cause, which was also a previous effect, where does it begin and where does it end?
And that's why you drew the circle.
And that's why when we count, we start from zero going backwards to negative infinity, meaning that it's a never-ending process. Or we go towards positive infinity, it's also a never-ending process. You didn't solve no problem. You just created a big fat one you can't solve. That makes the original problem almost, like something good. The idea of a beginning and the idea of an end is an illusion. If you don't understand forms and constitutions, if you don't understand what makes everything unique, you cannot understand what makes everything universal. If you cannot understand the relationship between the cause and the effect, that what you are calling the effect is literally just the cause, changing shape and form.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
there's really no cause and effect. There's either only effect or there's only cause. Or there is something which is neither cause nor effect. That's a dilemma. And because we human beings have a unique constitution, we don't have a universal constitution. Our brains work in a specific way. Our brains don't work in any way, in every way. There are some ways that our brains don't work. There's some ways that human beings don't process information. Human beings process information most effectively in a way that we call logical,
Okay.
which is sequential. The reason why it's sequential is because our brains is structured sequentially. And yet reality in totality is not sequential.
Right.
It's like I can ask you a question. Which came first, fire or water? If water came first, explain where fire came from and how fire can emerge from water. If fire came first, explain where water came from and how water can emerge from fire. So that tells you that if you're looking for beginnings, there will be at least two beginnings, because those two things cannot produce each other. They cannot cause each other. That's the idea of duality, light and darkness. Light cannot cause darkness, and darkness cannot cause light. So which came first? Was it the light or was it the darkness?
Right. If that's a question, I would probably say probably darkness came first. I feel like it would make.
Why do you assume that darkness came first?
Because that is just an assumption. I don't really know, but I would say the reason why I would assume darkness would come first is because light wouldn't even be possible without darkness. There has to be a first step. So,
But you can also say that darkness wouldn't be possible without light.
I don't know about that, because like I feel like if you just think about like if everything just shuts off, right? Like it feels like if something just shuts down, shuts off, like imagine like your existence just ceases to exist.
Do you associate
just go
darkness
blank.
with the absence of something, or do you associate darkness with the presence of nothing? Listen carefully to my question. It's a trick question.
No, I heard it. It's a pretty intelligent question.
No, it's a trick question. Do you associate darkness with the absence of something, or do you associate darkness with the presence of nothing?
I think it would make more sense if I associated it with the presence of nothing.
Describe to me what the presence of nothing is.
Well, if you think about it in a sense, like let's say like space, right? Like space obviously has stuff in it, right? Like the earth and so forth.
The moment you call it space, you made it something. Explain to me exactly what the presence of nothing is.
No existence, just blank.
When we say nothing, we are actually referring to something that we have defined, but is absent. So human beings don't have the ability to conceptualize what we can only or best call pure nothingness. Because in order for you to say nothing's there, you would have had to conceptualize that nothing as something, then observe its absence. The totality of that phenomenon we will call nothing.
Okay.
That's why nothing represents what cannot be said to not be there, nor can be said to be there. That's what zero represents. Let me repeat. Zero represents what cannot be said What cannot be said to not be there, nor can it be said to be there.
Yeah.
This might be too much for you. That is why we human beings cannot navigate what we call reality without quantifying and qualifying things. It's like GPS, global positioning system. So we need to create a network and then use where we are as a point of reference. That's kind of like Einstein's theory of relativity. You will not know where you are until you can compare where you are relative to where something else is.
Yeah, that's true.
And because the things that exist are innumerable, the expanse that's of space that exists is also innumerable, and time is also innumerable. We can only interact with reality relatively.
So what if I made a hypothetical argument that the earth was God, like to humans, like because the earth pretty much holds the keys to our existence and our life, like, and if the earth one day
You
decides,
just went in circles. You just went from the whole AI argument to you're about to do the same shit. It will create the same problem. That's why God is an idea invented by human beings. If you start wondering about the existence of God, you're going to fuck up your brain. It doesn't exist. It can't exist. What does exist doesn't as a singularity. What does exist exists as a multiplicity. So you can only breathe one breath at a time. You cannot breathe all the breaths in your life at a time. You cannot take all the steps you can take at a time. Only one step at a time. Reality is sequential.
that's a good point.
The universe is not universal. It's differential. Different things, different points in time, different shapes and form, different points in space. The only thing they have in common is for something to exist, it must be somewhere at some point in time in some shape or form. Nothing can be everywhere in every shape or form at every point in time. No singular thing can be that.
So
There are no absolute beings in existence.
okay, so are you saying then, like, human beings, right, or just everything in general? Are you saying everything in general has always just existed? Now,
No,
what I'm-
no. What I'm saying is the fundamental essence of reality is something which is neither alive nor dead. But things within reality can take different shapes and forms at different points in time, at different points in space.
That's true.
So, what drives our curiosity as human beings is to break everything down until we encounter the smallest, most indivisible aspect of reality. And that is a journey. That is a forever journey. No matter how small we get, we will always find smaller. Everything we find can be split. No matter how small you go. No matter how big something is, there's always something bigger. That is the whole logic behind numbers. No matter how small -1 is, -2 is smaller. No matter how small negative infinity is, negative infinity plus infinity is smaller. Listen, so if you begin to ponder, I say all this to tell you that if you're pondering about the idea of God, don't generalize. You have to specify. Okay? And if you operate within specificity, you will notice that all gods as described don't exist. And the things that do exist that people call gods aren't in fact. God is a fictitious idea in every capacity. It's something that we made up. It's an idea that we made up that serves us and entertains us in different ways. You would never find two people that believe in God the same way. Impossible. The only thing what people call God have in common is the words they use. What they mean is never the same. Even when they use the same words to describe what they mean, at its core, that unique experience you're having, the anxieties associated with that unique experiences you're having, is what will always shape and form a person's imagination of God. And no two people can have the same experience in terms of the totality of a lifespan. You can line up 1,000 dominoes and they can all fall in the same way, and yet each having a different experience than the other, because they each occupy a different point in space. They each behave in the same way at a different point in time. And if you were to break them down to the smallest, most indivisible unit, they all have a different shape and form. That will now
Yeah,
go
that's
into the
true.
argument of what a perfect square is.
There's not a
That's,
perfect square.
yeah, because no matter how something resembles a square, it's the generality of it that makes us call it squares. If we try to find the standard for what a square should be, it will always be nuance. You know, I understood this concept a little due to my own experience because I'm colorblind, red and green, right? But I love to paint. And in my whole life, I can't produce the same painting twice. It's practically impossible. Even to the best of my ability, even if I was all powerful, I don't think I could.
I see what you're trying to say. Yeah, I see what you mean. Because the reason you wouldn't be able to do that is because, like, you know, you got to think about like the intricacies of it. Like, even with every stroke or everything that you do with like your paintbrush is all different at a different point in time. Basically, like what you're explaining. So, like, the painting may look similar, but it's actually different. If
Similarity
I'm
is not
understanding
the
that.
same as being the same. Two things can be similar and not be the same.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying even if it is like what I mean by similar in the sense, like, let's say you're drawing I mean not drawing, you're
Resemblance.
yeah. That's a better word. Let's say you paint a
You don't
picture
need to
with your
explain it too much. It's resemblance.
yeah.
I resemble my father, but I'm not my father. I resemble my brother. Black people resemble each other, but they are still individuals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how I was trying to explain it. Yeah.
I hope I was able to help you locate yourself within reality. If you set out on a journey to make something that you made up in your head real, and you've made that thing bigger than yourself, you will never be able to make it real. If you've imagined God to be greater than you, and God is just an idea, you will never be able to make it real.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't be able to acknowledge the fact that you're the one that made it up. But if for you to imagine an idea and make that idea real, you have to be conscious of the fact that you are the one making up that idea. You are the supreme.
Yep, that's true.
Compared to that idea, no matter the impact of that idea,
Because you're the one that.
ultimately, everything that humans think that God is responsible for are the responsibilities of their existence that they don't want to live up to. It's your responsibility to make sure that you behave in a way that ensures your survival. Don't bitch about it. It's your responsibility to make sure you behave in a way that doesn't lead to you having conflict with your neighbor. It's your responsibility to make yourself holy as you have defined holiness. If somebody else defines holiness for you, you will never be able to be holy. If somebody else defines righteousness for you, you will never be able to be righteous. You can only try to be. That's why there's no such thing as a Christian. Because Christ is supposed to be a perfect person, and to be a Christian is to be like Christ. And I'm yet to run into one who is like Christ.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you
But
for your time, brother.
yeah, I appreciate it. That's what I was about to say too. We had a good conversation. I will join again at some point in time.
You're welcome. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Guys, I posted a video on YouTube yesterday, and I have a video that is uploading right now as we speak. The 2 previous lives that I had are on YouTube. If you're not following us on YouTube, tap the link in the description. The link is in the description on my page. Make sure that if you want notifications when I go live, you click on Bakanga's board. Link is also in the description. Join it. There, and feel free to interact, okay? If you have anything you want to post that you want me to comment on, you want me to think about, you want my opinion, interact with it. Hello.
Hello.
Let's not make this conversation too long. What you got?
So the question is, why do I believe in God? I mean, I feel like it's all about testimony. So, I mean, every day I see God in my life. So,
Is that the best your brain can do?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, what do you want me? You want me to prove it to you?
No, I simply ask, is that the best your brain can do?
The question is, why do I believe in God? So the answer to that is that God shows up in my life every day.
Okay.
That's it.
So my question is that the best your brain can do?
I mean, I don't have to say nothing else beyond that, unless you got any questions.
Is it a yes or is it a no?
I guess yes.
All right. Did you see God today?
Every day.
No, I'm only asking about today.
Today, yes. Not physically, but spiritually.
Okay, if it's not physically, that means you didn't see God.
I mean, spiritually, I can see God.
If you didn't
Physically, I
see
didn't
God
see
physically today, that means you didn't see God. You need to use another verb other than seeing. Seeing is an action verb. You didn't see God. Look for another word.
God takes action in my life every day. Prove me wrong.
Did God take action in your life today?
Every day, every second. It's not a second that go by.
Did God take action in your life today?
Today, yesterday,
all the days of my life.
What was the last action God took in your life?
The present moment. Breath.
How is the present moment an action that God is taking in your life?
Inhale and exhale.
So you went to school and biology did you no favors. Biology pulled up on you like a drive-by shooting.
God
And
created
you
biology.
didn't catch no stray biological bullets
God
at
created
all.
biology. God
So who
created
told
biology.
you that you breathing in and out is God taking action in your life? Who told you that? I know it's not your biology teacher. I know it's nobody that have your best interest in mind. I know it's nobody that want you to know how to operate in the world if they're going to straight up lie to you like that about something so simple and so obvious. So either you're being poetic, which I would then be able to respect everything you're saying, because it's not literally true. You're being poetic.
It's not true to you. How would you be able to tell me my reality? Tell me that.
Because we live in a common reality
We
and
don't live
a
the same
common
reality.
principle and common
Do we live the
ways that
same
things
reality?
work.
Do every person live the same reality, or is it all individual?
We all have a common reality,
No.
but
Do
there is
every
a subjectivity.
not common. Common isn't the same. Hold on now. Common isn't the same. Do we all share the same reality? Yes or no?
Yes.
You're wrong.
So if we don't share the same reality, who
Because
the
you don't
fuck you
believe
talking
there's a
to right now?
God.
Hold on. Who the fuck you
You
talking to
don't
right
believe
now?
there's a God, and I do.
Sister, if
Two
we don't
different
share
realities.
a common reality,
That's
who are
two
you talking
different
to right
realities.
now?
That's two different realities.
Sister, if we don't share a common reality, who are
Reality
you
is
talking to
objective or
right
subjective?
now?
Reality is objective or subjective?
Okay. Which supersedes the other?
Is it objective or subjective?
So I'm going to ask you, if we don't share the same reality, who are you talking to right now? Yourself?
What type of question? That question don't even really make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense because your brain don't make sense. It's a simple question. If we don't share a common reality, who are you talking to right now? Are you talking to yourself or you're talking to someone else?
What does that have to do about reality? About
Don't
us
worry.
having two different realities.
I am leading you there and I'm doing it in a very dummy-proof way. So just answer my questions and we will arrive at a conclusion.
Question makes no sense. So there's no way for me to answer it.
Is it possible that my question makes no sense because you're not smart enough to understand it?
Explain the question and break down the question.
Is it possible that the question makes no sense? Listen,
Me and you
sister,
don't share the same reality.
sister,
You're asking me, who am I talking to, myself or
is
someone
it
else?
possible that the question makes no
That
sense?
question doesn't even go along with the conversation.
You don't get to determine that.
It seems like you're taking the conversation.
You don't get to determine what my question is trying to arrive at when I am the one who asks you the question. You only have one responsibility: understand the question and answer the question.
You asked me a question when I asked you a question.
Did you understand the question? Did you understand the question?
With a question.
Did you understand the
Reality
question?
subjective or objective?
Did you understand the question? I don't want to be going back and forth with you, sister. Just answer.
What question? What's the question?
Oh, you don't remember the question.
You're talking about the question when you're sitting here talking about, am I talking to myself or someone else? That's the question? You can't be talking about that question.
Okay. If you shut the fuck up, I'll ask the question again. Okay? This is the question. If we don't share a common reality, who the F are you talking to right now?
Again, that question doesn't make any sense.
So what you're saying is that you don't understand the question, right?
Explain the question. If I don't understand
I should explain the question because you don't understand it, right?
it doesn't even relate to what I'm talking about.
Because you don't understand the question, right?
Could you go ahead with it? Go ahead.
As soon as you concede that you don't understand it, because I'm not going to explain something you already understand.
Go ahead.
Do you understand the question?
I'm not answering the question. because it doesn't relate to what
You're not answering the question. So you understand the question, but you don't want to answer the question.
because it doesn't relate to what I'm talking about.
No, that's checkmate because it will expose that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
The question is if I'm talking to myself or
if you were to answer the question,
else.
It will prove that you are lost in your own thoughts.
That makes no sense.
If you then I dare you to answer the question.
Prove it. Prove
I dare you to answer the question. I dare you to answer the question.
That it doesn't make sense.
I dare you to answer the question.
Let me tell you what you do. You ask an irrelevant question.
Answer the question.
Answer the question. And
answer the question. One last chance.
That's what you do.
Last
it's
chance.
Subjective. Thank you, Boo Boo. It's subjective. It's not objective. So if I'm talking to myself or someone else, has absolutely nothing to do with God being objective or subjective. Prove it. Continue. Let's go.
Who said objective and who said subjective? Was it me?
It was me. And
okay, then what the fuck does something that you said have to do with my question when I'm asking you a question to find out something I want to know, and all you have to do is answer the question? And
because your question is irrelevant. If we're talking about
who determines the relevancy of my question? Who has that authority?
If we're talking about apples and you're asking
who has the authority to determine if my question is relevant or not? You? Sister, who has the authority to determine if my question is relevant? You or me?
Are you going to continue? Is it subjective or objective? Are you going to answer the question? Because I asked you the question.
Sister, you see, the amazing thing about what I do is that...
Are you going to answer it, yes or no?
Sister.
I think you're stunned. I think you're stunned right now.
Sister, this is an interrogation. I am the interrogator. It's not my fault that you don't know how to speak English. So you will answer my question and stop gaslighting me with your dumbass questions, which literally the answer is within the question I asked you. If you should just answer my question, it will solve all your problems.
Again,
if we don't have a common reality, who are you talking to right now? If you should acknowledge that we have a common reality, then there will be no problem understanding objective or subjective. Objective and subjective will still have to be within the bounds of our common reality.
And the reason why I'm not going to answer that question is because you want me to give you an answer to that question so you can use it against me, but that has absolutely nothing to do with it. That's just like saying,
I see. Red and green? I see. Now I see.
Come on now.
You're scared that if you answer the question, I'm going to use it to whoop your ass. Oh, I see.
It's going to be
You're just a scaredy cat. You're just a scaredy cat, my sister.
It's going to be
You are just a scaredy cat. You scared of the truth.
Is it subjective or objective?
As soon as you answer my question.
Is it subjective or objective?
As soon as you answer my question, because I know that you are smarter. Sister, check this out. Sister.
Am I talking to myself?
Sister.
Or am I talking to you? I'm not talking to myself or I'm not talking to you. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I'm not talking to myself.
There is no such thing, sister. There is no such thing as objective reality, literally. Objective reality is conceptual way to refer to common reality. Because even the person who opens their mouth to say that something is objective, it will always be naturally subjective to that person.
Is a particular direction where you get information from.
The moment you said particular, it's no longer objective.
That means that everyone would have to agree. Everyone in the community would have to agree on one thing being one thing.
That's called common reality. That's called common reality.
That's not the case.
In order for everyone to agree, that makes it a common reality, not objective.
And then you can't change the facts. You can't change the facts. So just because everyone agrees that one thing is one thing.
She's just wasting my time. Next guest. Speaking to dumb people sometimes is just insufferable. Next guest. How can you say objective reality? Everybody will have to agree that something is the way. That's called common. Common. Not objective. If it's objective, then it shouldn't depend on anybody's agreement. If something can literally be objective, it shouldn't depend on anybody's agreement. It should be what it is, regardless of who agrees or disagree. The moment when you say it's dependent on agreement, that makes it a common reality. We agree that this is what it is. Another group of entities somewhere else could agree that it is not what we say it is. That's why objective reality, as you guys conceptualize it, it's purely conceptual. It's not literal. It's not literal in that sense. Yeah, I dropped her. Listen, most religious people have mental struggles that they can't even accept, nor can they deal with. All right? There's no disrespect here.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother Bakanga.
What's cooking?
How are you?
Fantastic.
Amazing, amazing. You're interrogating believers. There is no God. Why do you believe in God? I believe in God because we exist. If there was no God, so why everything exists? God should be the source of everything. So
But everything doesn't
that's
have the
my
same
stance.
source.
Huh?
Everything doesn't have the same source. There cannot be a
I
source
didn't
of
say that
everything.
everything have the same source, but God is the source of everything.
God cannot be the source of everything because everything doesn't have the same source.
No, everything
There's no
doesn't have
singular
this.
one thing that is the source of everything.
I'm saying God is the source of everything.
That's not possible
How so?
because there are at least two things that I can tell you that have two different sources that have nothing to do with God. So God cannot be the source of everything if everything has a different source.
Everything have the
Are you
same
are you
source.
are you married? Are you
Where
married?
does that come from? That idea that everything
Are you
has different source?
okay? I'll ask you. Are you married?
Not currently.
Will you marry one day?
I wish. I hope.
Do all human beings have the same source?
All human beings. I think we are all made up from matter and
Do
energy.
all human beings have the same source?
Everything has made up from matter and energy.
Do all human beings in this world right now have the same source?
Yes.
Does every human being have the same father?
No.
Is your father your source?
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
You said every human being has the same source. Every human being has a different father. Every father is a source.
Yeah.
Are you tracking?
My brother, I'm telling God is the source of everything. That's
And I'm saying to you that that is impossible. That's not even possible.
do you agree that everything is matter and energy
That's two things already.
around us? Huh?
You just said two things. You just said two things. If everything is matter and energy, that means matter and energy is two things. So if matter and energy are both sources for what you would call everything, then that's at least two sources.
Matter and energy. God has created matter and energy, so God
How
is
do you know that?
the
How do you know
source.
that? How do you know that? How do you create energy? Oh, how do you create matter?
magic. So I'm here to convert you to Islam.
That was genuinely funny, bro. That was funny as hell, bro.
Or you can backangleize me, so I hope it happens.
No, there's no need for further argument. At this point in the conversation, you and I should just be like, hey, how you doing, bro? How you doing, bro? Have a nice day, bro.
No, I'm serious.
I see no reason to continue the argument with you. I think we can move past what we disagree and just go straight to what we agree on, which is life is hard and we need a job to work. And I hope you're doing good in your life, bro. And you can have a good day.
So are you a Muslim now after this?
Oh, no.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too, brother. Take care of yourself, okay?
You too. Bye.
Yes, sir. Magic. How do you make matter? Magic. So God is a magician. So God is a magician. Yeah. So Allah is a magician. You want to know what goes along with magic? It's usually magic trick. Magic trick. 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 Magic trick. Magic trick. Magic trick. Anyone that is doing magic is tricking. Anyone that's doing magic is tricking. Magic trick. Amazing. Oh no, not James again.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I have a question about this mental illness that like I see you claiming and others in the chat. Have you ever been able to look up if there's any relationship between mental illness and religious practice? If maybe there's some type of mental illnesses that cause people to be extreme in their religious practices?
Oh yeah.
Have you been able to look into it and see if there's ever been like a control group or a study where some people might have been? Because I had a question about that in a classroom before, and I had to look up one with depression, where it didn't really show that the depression medication that was offered to these people really changed their belief, right? But there was a slight change in treating the medication. I mean,
Something
in
is not
treating
right with
the
your something
patient.
is not right with your sound.
Okay, let me just take my, hear me now. So I'm saying that I was able to maybe look into, I came across one study that this was years ago, right? Where it did show that there was a control group where some people were treated for depression, and then they try to see if there was any change in their practices, if they were more, constantly praying, still believe and all that, right? it didn't say that they stopped believing. However, the signs of depression and all that did reduce, right? If they believed, they did believe. But the treatment, well, like medication and stuff, that was somehow effective. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's kind of like cancer, you know. Cancer can get to a certain point where we can slow its growth, but we cannot get rid of it completely. So that means that cancer has the ability to cause permanent damage. So yeah, extremist religious beliefs can sometimes cause permanent damage such that the beliefs cannot be completely extracted, or a person cannot be completely separated from the beliefs. There will always be a remnant of it. And in fact, that's true. Even me, I'm still greatly under the influence of my previous religious beliefs. It's that's why most religious people misunderstand what we're trying to do. In fact, I think you used the correct word. Oh, I did, if I'm the one that brought it up. Extremism. Most people don't understand how easily it is to be extreme when it comes to religious belief. You've crossed into extremism the moment you don't realize that you're making it up.
Because I know we had a patient, because I did work for a treatment center with the crisis, and it was this guy. He had a bipolar disorder, and sometimes when he's in a experiencing mania, he was very, very religious. He one of the problem that he had was like he was lighting too many candles and things, that he literally set his apartment on fire, right? So we had that on record. He was very religious, so there was a lot of highs and lows that was happening with him. So I know that does exist. Even people that are schizophrenic, it does exist, right? Where they would think they see something, they hear something, and then claim that God is speaking to them, right? So definitely, I think maybe from that, when you speak to people, sometimes maybe you should be a little bit more aware of it.
Oh, I am aware of it. This is the nice version of me. If
But
you had known me a
speak to
couple of
them.
years ago, have you checked out my YouTube yet? I didn't used to be nice. I used to just
So,
be, if it's stupid, call it stupid. If it's dumb, call it dumb. If it's
okay,
slow, call it
so,
slow. You know,
okay,
I'm very nice. These
all right, but
days,
I'm
I've learned a
saying,
lot. I've grown. I have so much more empathy now.
instead of yelling at people and shouting at people, Bakanga, listen, maybe get like okay, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying maybe sometimes when you meet people that are so they believe, or maybe you might be getting a sense that they might need help, because it's better to know that somebody has believe in God and they have some mental illnesses, and then they're taking some type of medication, they're going to therapy, and they still may be able to maintain their religious practices. Because what I found in that study, they didn't stop believing, but the behavior was less extreme, which they were less delusional, right? So
If
maybe
you
that's
see, why do
something
you
you can
raise your
advocate
voice?
for.
Why would a parent raise their voice at a child who's being foolish?
Are you talking to me because you're yelling? I'm just joking, but everybody, you're just shouting.
No. I'm trying to almost. I'll rather not use that word, but I'm almost trying to rationalize that my behavior is not unintentional. Sometimes religious people exhibit behaviors that necessitate that you raise your voice at them.
Mhm. Yeah, they have a thing with almost like a well-behaved human being thing. Don't swear, don't say certain things, because God says you're gonna go to hell for that. So I understand maybe you might be taking that approach, right? No? What are you doing on the side there? This guy be. Are you puff passing something over there? Okay, let me mind my business. I cannot be, because continue.
James,
Yes, sir. I'm minding my business. You see, I'm not even speaking. But I'm saying to speak from, to maybe approach this whole thing from a perspective of
James,
caring. Yes,
what's your name?
James.
That's a nickname. Your actual name,
Jamila.
Jamila.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in love with me?
I don't love anyone. But okay, the reason why I'm asking you this question, it is this guy is out here like like playing with his like, oh, he's feeling very special. I mean, I can get off if you don't think that it's worth having this conversation on mental health and religious practice, because I see that people in your comments are saying that a lot. Like, oh, this person is crazy and they're trying to cope because they're going through a lot. Instead of having some kind of understanding, they just use it as a way of insulting other people. And who are you telling me to stop talking? But Kanga is not good looking enough. Even though he's staring at you cannot raise me. You cannot raise me. Somebody said he's choosing the dark side. Choosing the dark side already chose him. This one is deep in the dark side. He's swimming in it. The dark side came and drag him inside. Okay, maybe I can. Do you want me to drop? Because it seems like you don't want to have this conversation.
Did I say I wanted you to drop? But you're free to drop. It's your right. I was just listening to you.
But what is your take? What is your response?
Actually, I just have a curiosity.
Which is?
Jamila,
Mm-hmm.
are you in love with me?
No, I'm not.
Why do you behave as if you are?
Oh, wow. This is what you think love is?
Perhaps you don't know.
No, I know. I quite know myself. I'm literally here because I like the entire conversation on God and religion. That's why I always clock in. And I mean, when you're here, but it seems like.
Okay. Then, if you have a question for me, just ask me a question.
But I brought up my concern or my take, which is the correlation or any type of relationship that might have exist that maybe you have not considered, which is mental health and religious practices. And when you speak to people, do you try to get to a point where you maybe might notice that somebody might be having these things? And do you ever try to say, hey, you know what? I'm not trying to tell you not to believe in God, but if there's anything you're struggling with, would you consider getting help? If you're trying to say, I need to help people, is there multiple ways you can look at things?
So, in my 6 years of broadcasting over the TikTok waves, the airwaves of TikTok, I have found this to be true. That yes, there is mental illness associated with certain extremism in religious beliefs. But I'm yet to speak to someone that, okay, maybe a couple. But most religious people I do talk to are functional enough to where whether or not they go get help, I don't see that as a priority as much as just tackling one point at a time in a discussion with them. There have been some people that I straight up just told them, yeah, you need to go get help. But to be honest, even me telling them to go get help is futile, because the whole point why they have that serious mental illness is because they can't understand the concept of going to get help. They don't have that capacity.
But maybe
But most of the ones I speak to, it's just, I'm pretty sure they're decent humans, right? Like tonight, I haven't spoken to anyone that's not a decent human. So within the context of their humanity,
I'm definitely horrible. Except me, I'm one of the worst. But keep going.
you are horrible.
Very horrible.
Explain.
I don't want to explain. Just keep going.
Why did you say that you were horrible if you don't want to explain?
I'm just joking.
So you love me.
Somebody making jokes is love now. You, hey, were you deprived of love when you're growing up? Is that why if anybody just joke with you, somebody smile, somebody make small joke, and you think it's love? He needs this guy. I don't know. Your mom just beat you every day when you were a child, so you don't know that people can just be friendly and nice. You
In
don't
fact,
have a young. Wait.
In fact, I have so much experience with receiving love.
Do you have a younger sister?
In fact, I have so much experience with receiving love.
Do
I can
you have a
identify
younger
it.
sister? Because no, I have 5 older brothers and I'm the last born. So I'm close. I'm comfortable being around guys and being nothing but pain in the ass. So it's not everything is love.
James, that's what a person who hasn't received love will say. A person that has experience with love can detect love even in the most subtle changes in someone's vocal cords, in the way someone speaks, there are different types of love, right? And it can be filial.
I am
It can be filial.
I'm possessed
It
with the
can
love
be
of. Yes,
it
go
can
on.
be agape. It can be erotic. It can be familiar. It can be love as an emotion or as a concept is simply defined as feelings of deep affection for someone. You see, it's not always through gentleness that some people express their love. Some people express their love through hostility. Some people express their love through indifference. Some people express their loves through provocation. That's why even in the game of love, we say there's love language, right? So my love language is so well developed. I can detect subtle clues of love, and I am persuaded that you are in love with me, and your consistent denial is the more evidence to the fact. Is there anything wrong with you being in love with me?
You're Dululu. That's what the problem is. You're Dululu. Don't worry. When you snap out, you see how you're saying people are delusional with their idea of love. You are delusional with. Some people are suffering from delusion.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you are delusional. You are suffering like the people who you're arguing with every day. You are suffering.
Do you feel offended when I say you're in love with me? How does it make you feel when I say that you are in love with me? How does it make you feel?
Nothing. I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's definitely proof that you're in love with me.
No, I'm a grown-ass woman. I've been liked by so many boys that this shit is not new to me.
I'm not a boy.
I'm saying my whole life, ever since I was a little girl to being a grown woman, I've been liked by many people. I don't like them too, so whatever.
Do you need love?
We all do. We all need love. I have love.
I'm not talking about all of us. I just was talking about you.
Yes, I do need love, but I don't need it from you.
No problem, because I don't even believe in love either.
I'm just really like, you see, you're every time I'm here to actually have real conversation about one thing, you take my whole conversation, you turn it into something else. So I can't have the conversation that I want to have. I wish you would treat me like someone else. Maybe I can change my name, change my voice, and then maybe you will take me seriously.
If you weren't in love with me, you wouldn't have a problem with that.
Problem with what?
With how I treat you. I treat you like you're special to me.
You are struggling you're struggling with the same problem that some men have when you say I like a woman say I don't like you, but you're not listening.
I don't want anything from you. I was just stating the obvious.
I want a conversation from you, but you're not. You're just here talking about your feelings.
But we're having a conversation right now. That's what you want, right? And you're getting what you want.
No, this is not the conversation I'm trying to have. I'm literally trying to say, have you considered looking at things from a different perspective when it comes to people and their extreme religiousness? Because I truly believe that most of the most religious people we've met, if they're able to go get help, and I'm a religious person, you know that. I just finished my fast today, so I am a religious person, but I am saying, no, he was answering me, then he stopped and then went into talking about me and my feelings for him. I'm just gonna get out of here because it looks like, yeah. Maybe
I
if
have considered. I answered your question already. I said, yeah. The answer is yes.
you were willing to look at it from a perspective of religion, of mental well-being.
That's literally everything I do.
Yes, and would you be willing to have a conversation then with them where you're not being maybe mean, but
I find my
trying
method
to
of
convince
operation.
them sometimes to go get help, not because you want them to
I
stop?
I find my method of operation to be the very help they need in this instant, at this moment, or at every given point when they're talking to me. There are people out there that would take that specific approach you're suggesting, but it is not my approach. My approach is therapeutic in its own way.
Oh, I see. Well, I cannot try to change that, but it would be nice to
Perhaps,
confirm that.
perhaps you can host lives and you can become what you are suggesting I be to religious people.
I'm too
Perhaps you
much,
can.
I'm too much of a clown to hold a real it would turn into a comedy show, and I don't think that would be the way I want it to go. So it
You
won't
don't
go.
think you can? You don't think you can have real conversations with people without making it a joke?
I can, but I'm just saying.
Then since you do care so much and you seem to have the knowledge necessary, do it.
Yeah. All right, sure. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? I'm new here. I'm new on this whole app, so I'm learning and growing.
I can personally coach you.
That personal, keep it to yourself. It's one personal. All right. Take care, everyone. Personally. Personally.
Why did you ignore the part where I said coach? Why did you only focus on the part where I said personal?
It's okay. I don't want anything personal. Thank you very much. I just wanted to ask that, and I will be gone. Bye bye, Bakanga. I'm not
You're
coming back to
welcome.
your live because I feel like every time I'm up here, people are thinking I'm flirting. So I'll be out.
You're welcome, Jamila.
All right,
Have a
bye.
good day.
You
Okay.
too. Okay.
If you're gonna operate in your feminine energy, I can operate in my masculine energy. There's no. I could do no wrong. I could do no wrong. She definitely feeds off the attention. You know how sometimes when you give someone the attention they want, they crave, then all of a sudden they don't want it anymore? Venus was here earlier, but I was running through the guest. Is it not possible to love someone without wanting something from them? I love humans, even the bad ones. I love humans. I love animals. I keep some of them as pets and I eat other ones. Some of them are delicious. Some of them are not. I love plants. Some of them are delicious and some of them are not. Yeah. It's not every time that a man loves a woman that it has to be romantic. Romanticism is actually a fairy tale. Not every time that a woman loves a man is it romantic. Romanticism is a fairy tale. Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much to the person that just sent me that galaxy. Ooh, maybe I'm the one that's in love with her. She had me so distracted. I didn't notice when someone sent me a galaxy. Well, damn. Well, damn. I must have fallen in love with her so much I forgot my true love. And my true love is money. My true love. If your true love ain't money, I don't know what you're doing with your life. If your true love ain't money, somebody else just sent me my true love. Thank you for that money gun. See, if Iranians and Americans can just be the way me and James are, then nobody will ever have to drop bombs on each other. If Israel and its neighbors can just be like me and Jamila, then nobody will ever have to drop bombs. If humans can just be the way me and Jamila are, right? Yeah, the only bombs you'll be dropping is love bombs. Isn't that what we all aspire? Isn't that what we all aspire? Christians, don't you all say love your neighbor as you love yourself? Muslims, don't you believe that? Or do you believe you should hate some people? Some people love problems, just like some people love solutions. Intercontinental ballistic love bombs. Is that what Israel and Iran are doing right now? Is that what the United States, is that what Donald Trump is doing? Because if what Donald Trump is doing by shooting those Tomahawk missiles into Iran, then I don't want that kind of love. I don't think that's the kind of love that the Bible talks about. You don't have to take everything so serious, people. I mean, you should take something seriously, but not everything. It's okay to joke. It's okay to be hilarious. It's okay to create humor.
Hello, Mr.
Jamila,
Bakanga.
Jamila, you think I'm gassing myself up? What's wrong with me gassing myself up? Shoot, I'm gonna gas myself up so much that when I'm done with this life, I'm just gonna release it.
Hello, Bakanga.
Manasseh,
What's up now? Longest time.
longest time, bro.
You left
Didn't you
me.
see me say that you should only come up if you want problems?
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, you're just rushing up.
I know that you're not coming with problems. So what are you doing here, my brother?
Calm down now. Make I come. It may be a necessary problem.
No. I say you're not coming with problems. What are you doing here?
I am not speak before you know. Okay. Is about this Iran, Israel, and American war. Did you feel like this war is a necessity in this current world? Because of this,
Human beings don't always do things out of necessity. And what's a necessity to one man is not always a necessity to another man. So yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask that question to. But if you can get in touch with Donald Trump, you should ask him. Yeah. If you can get in touch with...
What I'm saying this is that I'm from Nigeria, and in my village, these guys, I heard that Iranians are sponsoring all these terrorists attacking farmers in their farm, and somehow I'm not happy with the destruction and the the death toll. But looking at the whole thing, I feel like it's necessary. It's not only helping, only US or its allies, but more of
Do
us
you have
here
any
in
proof
Nigeria.
that Iran is sponsoring terrorism in your country?
I don't have, but it's a popular
So
opinion.
what if tomorrow America says Nigeria is sponsoring terrorism in the world? Would it be okay
There,
for
might,
America to bomb Nigeria?
there is no smoke without fire. There might be something. I'm not saying that the propaganda sometimes may not be true, but
No,
there
I'm just
must be
asking.
something.
I'm just asking. Before you condemn someone, you should condemn them upon qualified basis, Iran did not attack America. America attacked them.
Yeah, but we are having some groups that are so loyal, Islamic groups that are so loyal
Yeah,
in
it doesn't have
Nigeria.
anything to do with 163 children that were bumped in the school. Iran is not just one person, it's a nation of people.
But are you like in any way doubting that there is a sponsor? They are sponsoring most hardcore Islamic groups all over the world, especially in Africa and the Middle East.
Islamic groups have their roots in Islam. So take away the religion, what's left?
Yeah. But why I'm like talking
No,
about
no,
the
take away
Shia?
Islam. What is left of those groups? What's at the root? It's the religion, right?
Yes, but the regions are not born equal. All regions are not born equal.
Oh, it
Like that of the
depends.
Shia, yeah, that of Shiite and
I'm not
Shia.
too
These guys are
necessarily too
more.
concerned about that because I think regardless of what Iran did, engaging in a war where people who had nothing to do with the whole thing die, it's not justified.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, bro, thank you for your time. I told you, I'm only looking for problems. You are not bringing problems.
Okay,
But I'm
sir.
glad you got to say something today. You know we always talk anyways. Thank you, okay? Manessa. James, Jamila, if you have problems, come up and I'll give you solutions. But it seems like you don't like my way of giving solutions. What's up, Kenny?
Hello. Can you hear me?
What's up?
You can't fix our solutions. Only God can.
Say that again?
You can't fix nobody's solutions. Only God can.
What solution did God give you today?
What?
What solution did God give you today?
He gave me peace of mind. He gave me bread on the table. And he let me have the ability to breathe and go again tomorrow.
What is peace of mind?
What is peace of mind? Peace of mind is when you have no problems.
So you had no
When
problems today?
I had no problems today.
How about yesterday?
Nope.
How about the day before?
Nope.
How about your whole life?
In my whole life, I've had, yes.
And when did your problem stop?
When I found God,
So when you found God, when was that?
about a couple of years ago, I became Christian Baptist.
Have you been sick since then?
I believe so.
Well, what did you do when you were sick?
I prayed and took medicine
Why did you take medicine?
because it helps you from not getting sick.
Oh, so it wasn't God that gave you
No, it was
peace
God
of
too,
mind. It
though.
was medicine, huh?
No, it was God too, though.
No, it wasn't, buddy.
When you seek for God, He gives you solutions.
No, the solutions were given to you by human beings if you had to take medicine. God doesn't make medicine, buddy.
The medicine is just. It's just.
Why do you guys tell your stuff? Are you trolling?
No, I'm not trolling. Every
Are you
time I have a
sick?
problem, I pray, I talk to God.
And God answers
Yes.
immediately?
No, not all the time.
Why not?
Because that's not how he works.
Why doesn't he work that way?
Because sometimes you have to go through problems. You got to go through your own trials.
Why do you have to go through your own trials?
Because we're all sinners.
Why are we all sinners?
Because we're evil.
Why are we evil?
I don't know where you're trying to get at with this.
I'm trying to lead you to the place in your head where you made all this shit up. Because you clearly don't know how to get back there. That's why you're lost in the sauce.
I'm not lost, brother.
Then why are humans evil?
We're all sinners.
Humans are all sinners because humans are evil, and humans are evil because humans are sinners. You really are lost. So that's why it didn't take so long for you to start going in circles.
I'm not lost, brother.
Don't worry, buddy. If you will submit to me, I will save you.
If God doesn't give a solution, how are you going to give me a solution?
Using my fucking brain, because that's how human beings get solutions. We literally went to school to learn that. You didn't learn in math. You have a math problem, you solve it.
You believe too much in science. That's why
Science doesn't require belief, it only requires understanding.
No, but you put belief in it. You have faith.
Science doesn't require belief, it only requires understanding. Once you've understood it, you will develop skills and talent associated with that understanding, and you will produce consistent results. Rather than making up, conjuring up imaginary beings in your head, talking snakes, talking donkeys, and all whatnot like you do. Because that's what you do if you really are a Baptist. You are a professional in the art of making shit up in your head, and you don't even know it. Listen, the sad part is the part where you don't even know it. If you knew it, I probably wouldn't even have that much of a problem with you, because I'd be like, yeah, bro, just entertaining himself. You don't even know you're the one fucking yourself up.
It's not entertainment.
Then how can you justify being so disconnected from reality?
I'm not disconnected. There's an afterlife. This is not your only life, brother.
Kenny?
That's why you believe in science, because you think this is... What?
How many days were there in February this year?
28.
How many days are there in a year?
365.
How long have you been alive?
22 years now.
How many days have you spent in this world?
A lot.
What's the number?
I can't do 365 times 22.
Well, that's a problem. Can you find a solution?
If I did math real quick, yeah.
Oh, so it's not God that gives solutions, it's fucking math.
No.
Oh, did I just show you how you get solutions to problems? How you solve problems?
Science is a necessity, yes, but you personally, you have too much faith in it. That's my problem.
I don't need to have faith that if someone points a gun at me and pulls the trigger, a bullet might just come out. Buddy, it's called survival freaking instinct, okay? So I'm gonna use my logical sense and not put myself in a situation where someone has to even point a gun at me. It ain't no fucking faith. It's the real world. Real actions have real consequences. And the reason why we take life seriously is because real consequences can be as consequential as fucking dying. And I don't want to die, just not yet. I will die when the time comes. I don't think it's now. I haven't fucked enough. I haven't ate enough. I haven't conquered the world. There's a lot of things I need to do before I die. But however, should death come beyond my control, no problem. But as long as I can control it, I'm not putting myself in a situation where my chances of dying would increase.
That's why you have to pray.
Let me ask you a question. So you believe that when you die, you're going to go be with God, right?
Yes. 100%.
And the thing you desire the most is to be with God, right?
Yes, I know I'm going to heaven.
The thing you desire the most is to be with God, right?
Correct.
So why the fuck are you still doing in this world? Don't you know how to die?
You're not supposed to off yourself. It has to be natural.
Says who?
God.
Then why did Jesus off himself?
He sacrificed himself for us. It was different.
Hey, you can sacrifice yourself too.
No.
Yeah.
Can I say the S word here on this?
No, don't say the S word, but
Right.
Whatever the S word is, Jesus did it too.
The S
That motherfucker
word,
knew that was gonna kill
the
him.
S word is a sin.
Listen, he knew that was gonna kill him. He still went and did that shit.
Because he loves us. That's why he did it.
What benefit did Jesus' death do for me?
It made you free.
Free from what?
You have free will, brother. Because of
No. Jesus died. He made me free from what?
He gave you free will.
Free will was there before Jesus died. So Jesus didn't die for free will, motherfucker. Now, answer my question. Jesus freed me from what?
Your sins.
Then why am I still sinning by your standard?
Because you're not perfect. No one's perfect.
That means Jesus failed. He didn't free me.
He didn't fail.
Okay, then why?
Because
Bro,
if you believe
how can
in
you
him,
free me from jail, but I still live in jail? Did Jesus free you from your sins?
one day you'll be out of the jail.
Did Jesus free you from your sins?
Yes.
Except the sin of masturbation.
What?
He didn't free you from that one, did he? That's why you out here walking the mall every once in a while.
I don't do that, brother. Not anymore, at least.
Not anymore. When was the last time you did?
Maybe a couple of years ago.
What's a couple of years ago?
It's maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Do you guys fuck?
No, I don't. I'm waiting till marriage. I try to follow the Bible to the best of my ability. I don't need to do that type of stuff. It's not. That's what people are too worried about. That type of stuff's not important. Because
spoken like a person that does that kind of stuff.
No, I don't do it. I did.
Oh, okay, yeah. You don't do
but
it.
not
It's
anymore.
Okay. Yeah, sure. The next time you're doing it, remember the words, okay? I hope your own words can convict you as you out here lying. Yeah, you just lie.
Your problem is you put too much of your faith in science.
Just like you. Tell me one faith I put in science that you don't. Tell me one faith that you think I put in science that you don't.
You believe in Big Bang. I don't.
Did I say I believed in the Big Bang?
I know you do. I've heard you say it before.
I have never said that. Now you're lying. That's another sin.
I'm not lying. I know you believe in the Big Bang.
No, anybody that knows me knows I don't.
You don't believe that God created the earth.
I'm not a believer in anything. Yeah, I obviously don't believe in fairy tales either.
How is he a fairy tale? How?
The fact that it's a made-up fucking story with no evidence whatsoever?
He came from the Virgin Mary.
Are you trolling?
Grown.
Are you trolling? Are you trolling?
lived out his life perfect for
Are
33
you
years
trolling?
to die on a cross for
Are
us.
you trolling?
No, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not trolling. For 33 years, he lived a perfect life, never sinned. He's all knowing. He's all loving, bro.
He's all knowing.
Yes,
Does he know the last time you masturbated?
yes, he does.
Were you a Christian when you did?
No.
You were not a Christian the last time you masturbated?
No, growing up, I was like kind of
So you
atheist.
haven't masturbated since you were a Christian?
Yeah, I haven't.
And the Holy Spirit is your weakness?
Yes.
And Jesus is your weakness
Why
as
do you
well?
keep talking about that?
Bro, because I know that as a young Christian man, your sexual perversions is your biggest weakness. The thing which makes you most embarrassed. So as a person that clearly has a problem with your ideology, it is a good tool to use to expose your hypocrisy. And since in my world, I am absolutely indifferent about it, I don't have a problem with it. You have a problem with it because you practice it while condemning it. You don't practice what you preach,
I
right?
do. I try to the best of my ability.
You trying to do something and actually doing it is two different things. You try to.
But that's why God
Does
is
the
so
Bible
great. He's forgiving.
does the Bible say you can have a girlfriend?
There's nothing wrong with having a girlfriend, unless you're doing.
Do you guys live together?
No.
You guys hang out together?
Or yeah.
How soft is her skin?
What?
Does she have
What'd you
soft
say?
skin? Or does she have like
I think,
dry,
yeah.
tough skin?
No, soft.
Do you guys kiss?
Yeah, we have.
You don't get a boner when you guys do?
No. I look at her for more than that.
Do you desire her sexually?
Yeah, because I love her.
What did Jesus say about desiring a woman that's not your wife?
I don't know, enlighten me.
Oh no, now you know. You know. But you just lied again, like Satan. The moment you say you don't know, you were lying. What did Jesus say about being sexually attracted to a woman that's not your wife? And desiring her in your heart?
But that's my girlfriend.
Is that a legal status of relationship in Christianity? Girlfriend status? Because I'm pretty sure in Christianity there's only betrothed and wife. Are you guys engaged?
No. That's your problem, though. We're not going to be perfect, even though I'm Christian.
I don't give a fuck whether we're going to be perfect or not, because you guys are the ones who claim to have a perfect standard. You're the ones who claim that you're following the perfect God, but the very one thing your God is supposed to do, he doesn't do. That's how we know your religion is full of shit, because you should be perfect, and your lack of perfection is indicative that your religion doesn't work.
Religion does work.
If Christianity cannot help you attain perfection, it's not better than Islam. It's not better than Hinduism. It's not better than atheism. Because at the end of the day, you do everything you do and you still end up, if not worse, for sure not better than anybody else. So what the fuck did Christianity accomplish? What makes it special? Other than fairy tales, talking snakes, talking donkeys, and human beings that spend time in the stomach of a fish.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like,
Tell me something that you accomplished with Christianity. Tell me something that you accomplished with Christianity that cannot be accomplished without it.
Tell you something I accomplished with Christianity. I don't know what you mean by
The
that.
fact that you're taking so long to answer means Christianity
No,
ain't be
like
shit for you, but entertain you. It's for your entertainment. Why can't you just be honest? Come on, bro. There's
there's
no
nothing.
crime in entertaining yourself.
There's
Bro, we all go to the movies and watch movies. I like Superman and Spider-Man. But it ain't really done shit for me other than entertain me. So guess
there's
what? You read ancient fiction. You watched an ancient movie or read an ancient script of a movie that was never made, and you were entertained by it. Now you're gonna come up on the internet and pretend like that shit is real, and you think we dumb enough to not figure it out?
I don't know what you mean by achieve. That's my problem.
Oh, you don't know what the word achieve means.
No, but like in the sense of Christianity, like I don't know what you're trying to say.
No, I wasn't talking in the sense of Christianity. I was talking in the sense of the real world. Tell me something you have achieved because of Christianity that somebody else cannot achieve without Christianity.
I mean, ever since I followed Jesus, my life has gone uphill in a sense.
Well, I have the opposite experience. Ever since I left Christianity, my life has gone uphill. So that means that your life can go uphill whether you're a Christian or not.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Yes.
You're just playing dope. Like
No.
you're just
There's
having
no
a
game
double
here.
standard.
No, there's no game here. You are the one who've held yourself to a standard you cannot live up to, and you don't want to be called a hypocrite.
I tried to live to it though.
You
That's
don't
all
practice
you need.
what you preach.
I do.
I don't care if you try. I'm not asking about trying. I'm talking about hey man, I tried to dunk, but I didn't dunk. Did you dunk? No. Did you try? Yeah, not the same thing. Did you drive? No. Did you try? Yeah, not the same thing, buddy.
So you think if everyone just becomes atheists, the world will be a better place?
We will be forced to face reality as it is, and you won't have literally thousands and millions of Americans thinking that it's justified to go and drop bombs in Iran and kill innocent women and children because of some religious fucking narrative, bro. It's a fucking cancer in the human race. It's been a cancer.
The Iranian leader was a terrorist.
He was a terrorist. Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why was the Iranian? Why would you consider him a terrorist?
He's just a dictator. He's just, in a sense.
He's a dictator, but he was voted in place, and they have a system where it is legal to have a dictator. What's your problem with that?
Then why were the Iranian people celebrating when he got, you know?
Why were Americans celebrating when Trump lost the election in 2020?
Because.
Duh.
But in war, innocent people will be killed.
Who started the war?
What are you talking about with Iran? Iran?
Who started the war?
We did. Because Israel's our allies.
So you also support the murder of 70,000 people in Gaza, right? That's why your religion is fucked up.
No,
because you guys claim to be moral. You claim to be moral.
Not perfect. It's not a perfect place. So.
I don't care. If it's not a perfect place, stop promoting your imperfect religion as if it's perfect. Your religion is not perfect either.
Christianity is perfect.
How do you know it's perfect if you're not perfect?
Because Jesus is perfect.
How do you know that Jesus is perfect?
He lived a perfect life for 33 years.
How do you know that Jesus lived a perfect life?
From the Bible.
Who wrote the Bible?
What?
Who wrote the Bible? Was it Jesus that wrote the Bible?
No.
The person who wrote the Bible, are they perfect? The person who wrote the Bible, are they perfect?
They were Jesus's brothers. They were his
Brother,
men.
the person who wrote the Bible, are they perfect?
No, because they were just.
So if they're not perfect, that means they made mistakes, guaranteed. Can you tell me one mistake in the Bible?
There's no mistakes.
That means that the people who wrote the Bible have to be perfect if they made no mistakes. You believe in talking snakes? Do you believe that snakes can talk in
I will tell you
2026?
this. The Bible doesn't tell all of Jesus' life. It leaves out what? Like 15
That means that the
years?
Bible is not perfect if it doesn't
It leaves
contain
out
the
like
perfect
15 years
recollection of Jesus' life.
as a human. What? Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Do you believe in talking snakes?
You're talking
Let me ask you a
about-
question right now. Are
talking
you high
about
right now?
Adam and
Are you
Eve.
high? Are you high right now?
No, what? I don't do anything wrong. I don't do.
If you're not high right now, why are you behaving as if you are?
No, I just didn't hear you. I didn't hear your question.
Did you go to church yesterday?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn?
You have a lot of like.
What did you
just
learn?
Why do you think I'm a liar? I'm not lying.
What did you learn?
I learned how to be a better person.
Thank you for your time. Have a good night, okay?
What? Why are you kicking me?
Because you're a liar. And you can't help but lie. You lie a lot. A lot. A lot. You lie a lot. You lie too much. Too much lying in your blood. You're possessed by the spirit of lying. And I was not able to cast it out of you. You say you want to play. What do you think we're playing?
Well, I do kind of think the point of it is kind of a game, like in the sense where like we're here to experience, you know? Like God, if you are like the original conscious being and you're the only slice of consciousness that exists and nothing else, that's boring. And so the thing is we're kind of like quote unquote entertaining ourselves. It's like much more than that. It's more profound, but like in a general sense, like I think the like original vibration was like a hum that turned into a giggle, and this is like the just one big sick joke. I don't have proof that I can give you outside of my personal experience. So I would say I believe in God because I proved it to myself, but I don't think that that should be constituting anyone else's belief in anything. I will say I do have bipolar disorder, and I experienced this during a manic episode. So, like, there is doubt in my mind. I'm willing to be wrong, but I do believe in a God.
So you say you have mental issues?
Yes, but I do take medication, and it's gotten under wraps, and it's a cyclic thing. Like bipolar disorder is like bi as in two, so I have really high highs and like really low lows. So yeah, this was on a high experience, but I wasn't doing drugs. Delusional was true. Yes, those are in the reports from when I experienced this, but I'm not currently delusional.
When did you start believing in God?
I had an episode in 2019. I got kicked out. My dad passed in 2012, so I was already kind of like in the mental health system. I got stopped pretty early, but I got really obsessed with like, oh, I can talk to I could feel my dad's presence kind of. It wasn't like I was hearing him talk or anything. It just felt like he was there. And I was like, how is this possible? And so I have like a ton of like theories about consciousness and quantum gravity theory, but I write essays about this stuff. I have a few possible theories. One of them is that there is no God. I could be wrong, but
Are you happy with your life?
as happy as one can be, you know.
Do you have children?
I do not.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have a husband?
I have 3 boyfriends. No, they're just no one really wants to commit, and they're not boyfriends with each other. It's just situationships that I've been in for a long time.
Are you fucking all of them?
Not currently. Right now, I'm only fucking one of them. But yeah, I do snort a lot. I have a cold too.
So I'm going to ask again, are you happy with your life as it is right now?
No.
If you could have one thing that would make you happy, what will it be?
More capacity to be uncomfortable. I'm a little stuck in a rut because I'm too comfortable, and I wish I had more motivation, I guess, more passion.
What do you do for a living?
I make breakfast in the mornings for a hotel, but I have Mondays and Tuesdays off, so I'm on my weekend. But yeah,
Are you happy? Are you happy to be alive?
Yes, I'm very grateful to be here, of course. But my spiritual experience really did help with that. I will say,
No, it wasn't a spiritual experience. It was a mental crisis.
it was. I would say both, because in my head,
No, it wasn't both.
No,
There are no
I can
such
claim
thing
that.
as spiritual experiences. What people
I
typically call
can claim
spiritual
that as that.
experiences.
I know I'm very aware of the fact that it was a chemical imbalance and blah, blah, blah. But I
No,
don't
it's,
think that you
I'm not
have the right
necessarily
to tell
saying that it was a
me.
mental crisis in the negative sense. It could have
Yeah.
been pleasurable, right? So people usually tend to associate positive or pleasurable mental crisis with spiritual experiences. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you have a dream that's a like happy dream, and then you have like a
But from
nightmare.
my perspective, like just from me as like a person, it was a spiritual experience for me in the very literal definition of the word spiritual experience. Like it
What does
might not be
spiritual? What
real.
does spiritual mean?
Something to do with your relationship to a higher power. And
How can you have a relationship with a higher power? How's that possible?
you just have to believe in it. I believe that my dad is watching over
So,
me,
so
and that's the
when you
only
say,
thing that I really truly believe in. I don't believe
hold
in a
up,
big God, whatever. But I
when you
believe
say
my
you just
dad
have
is
to,
watching over me.
but you just made that up in your head.
I believe that there are things that happened in my life that I get caught every time I do something wrong. And so in my head, I perceive that as my dad making sure that I'm staying in check, kind of, if that makes sense. Like, it's spiritual personally. It doesn't have to like truly be like God in the making. Like, I might be wrong, but you have no right to tell me that that's not a spiritual experience. This is the definition of it.
It's not.
All right.
The
I
solution
think
to your problem is to simply accept that it's not, and then face what it actually is. You will then realize that you have the power over it.
I do have power over it, though. And I'm willing to be wrong and doubt my opinions. But my personal experience, I think
It's
both can be
not a matter
true.
of right and wrong. It's a matter of what works and what doesn't.
This works for me, though. What doesn't work for you might not work for
Okay,
everybody. But I do think that
okay.
religion itself can be very beneficial to certain
Check this
people.
out. Check this out.
It
Check this out.
changed my life.
I can respect that. It works for you. Do you know that being an alcoholic works for the alcoholic?
Yeah, that's what
They
I'm doing.
right, but convincing an alcoholic that convinces themselves that they are not alcoholic, it's no longer that it works. It's that they
Oh,
are literally
but I can admit that I am an
delusional.
alcoholic. You know, like I'm aware and I am working on the problems, but I can still believe I'm still actively partaking in alcohol. I
In
still
that type of
believe in what I believe.
situation, it's not as simple as you say. Actually, no, it's not as complicated as you make it.
Mhm.
What the simple reality is, you're the type of person. In fact, let me just ask you the question
Yeah.
directly. Are you the type of person that lies to herself to make herself feel good?
No. But do you think it's AI? Is that what you're trying to complain? Because I do think that's also a possibility. Like we could just be meditating in the same way.
Relax.
There's a ton of options. I don't like fully
No,
know
relax.
anything. I believe a
No,
lot of
no,
things, but I don't know
no,
very much.
relax.
Okay.
Are you the type of person that lies to herself in order to feel good? And you keep doing it because it works for you?
I lied to my mom, but I'm not a very good liar. So I don't know. I'm really autistic. I don't really lie to myself very much. I like to
But you,
directly like
but
deal
you,
with problems and stuff.
but you do. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with it, except if you don't realize that that's what you're doing. You see, I don't necessarily look at the world always from right and wrong, especially when it comes to the internal mechanism of my own mind. I look at
Yeah,
I look at
I
the
was in
world as
therapy like
in
super young because of my dad passing. So I've like I know all of the technique. I could probably be a therapist, but I'm not interested.
the goal here is for you to be able to identify if you're coping or not. Okay,
Yeah.
the first step in solving a problem is to identify the problem. If you
What do
misidentify
you
the
think the
problem,
problem is? Actually, let's clarify.
the problem is what I just told you a few minutes ago. You are the type of person that will lie to herself to make herself feel good. That's why you're stuck.
Oh, I just told you that I'm not though. I
But you
was
also
a
told me that
staunch atheist.
you
I'm
also
willing to
told
doubt myself.
no, listen.
You know, I'm not.
You also told
Yeah.
me that you wish you could be more uncomfortable because you're too comfortable.
Yes, I live at my mom's house right now.
Hold
I
up.
kind of gave up on like getting. Yeah.
Hold up. Nobody can be too comfortable who isn't lying to themselves, because in this world, you don't have to even try hard to be uncomfortable.
No, I've been
Being
too
uncomfortable is the default state of the world. Being comfortable actually takes effort and intentionality, or perhaps
I think it
a
takes
level of
work.
delusion.
Being comfortable takes work. For sure. And now that I'm
Right.
at a place where I'm comfortable, I'm like, okay, I'm taking a pause from actually working on myself in certain ways. I'm taking care of my brain a little bit better.
I really
I
hope
had
you're
a
understanding what I'm saying. I am not approaching you from a perspective of right and wrong.
yeah.
I am approaching you though from a perspective of true and false.
But you think it's important for me in my life that I be an atheist? You
No,
think that would be better for me?
no.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that I can tell you what's important for you. I can only tell you how the world is.
Okay. It sounded like you were trying to do that, but
What it sounds
I
like and what it actually is can be two different things. Now, listen, based on my conversation with you, I think you're more confused than you would like to admit. And I think the solution is simple. If you can just become intentional about the things you tell yourself while being as humanly honest as possible. You see,
but I
the
don't know
thing
what
with
I'm
lying to
lying about.
ourselves,
I'm not understanding what the lying
yeah,
is.
I'll tell you. A lie is just something which is not true, right?
Yeah.
The lies we tell ourselves, we don't tell ourselves big lies. Human beings, it's actually part of our defense mechanism against
But I think
the
it's
things.
very pompous of you to just say that it's all a lie. I
No,
have
listen,
I have
listen,
theories. I have multiple theories on how this could be possible. So I believe it.
Listen, sister, hold up. Let me speak. I'm speaking to you. You should be listening to understand what I'm saying. Remember, it's not a matter of right and wrong. It's a matter of true or false. Okay? Either what
Okay.
I'm saying is true or what I'm saying is false.
Me neither.
Right? The lies we tell ourselves, it's a coping mechanism. Human beings have developed that character over time. We use it to deal against trauma or to prevent potential trauma.
Isn't that helpful to some people? Like, is that a problem?
That
I
is
don't
a
understand
problem.
exactly what you're arguing here, though.
So I'm not arguing.
Okay. It just says interrogation.
So listen. Okay? Either what I'm saying is true or what I'm saying is false. You should be judging what I'm saying, not based on how you feel, based on if what I'm saying is true or if it's false. If you think it's nuance,
I
you're
think
also
it's
allowed
very
to point that
ignorant
out.
of you to say that you know something is definitely true or definitely false. I
Yes,
don't
I can
know
know
if
if
I know
something is true
anything
or
other than that
false.
I believe. I don't even know if I exist. I believe I exist. I have a social security number. But,
Sister,
like, you can't
sister,
prove
sister,
anything. You can't know anything, truly. And if we're talking about God, then... Sorry, I get rambling. I'll listen.
you're confused, but you're functionally confused. So there are aspects of
I
your
think
life
that
that are
you're
very...
functionally confused. I feel the same way, but I think that a lot of people are ignorant in a very similar way.
Can I finish my thought?
Of course.
It's important to me that you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
You are confused.
Always.
It is observable to be so from outside. And if you want me to give you the facts that support that, I can, but that will be a long day. I don't necessarily think that that is the end of your life, but I think that there is a path for your growth if you engage in solving that problem intentionally.
What is the problem that I want to solve, though? Because,
You said to me, I asked you earlier,
yeah.
listen, we've been talking a lot, okay? But I track my thoughts and I track my words, okay? I don't know how good you are doing it for the same.
I
I
used to
asked
get...
you, what is the one thing that you need right now to be happy? You said you wish you could be more uncomfortable because you are too comfortable. Now, being too comfortable is not a problem except in the case where someone is lying to themselves.
Okay.
That's logically consistent. It's just a little bit of critical thinking. So it's not really a matter of right or wrong, because the problem here is lies. It's a problem of true or false. So you have to have a standard by which you determine what is true and what is false consistently. And you will know that it works when you can produce consistent results. And you will then find yourself to not be confused. And being too comfortable will naturally not be a problem. It won't even be something that will come out of your mouth.
Yeah. I have a lot of,
And a lot of what you've told me is consistent with the type of things that can happen to someone to lead them there. You know, it's mental health, ultimately.
yeah,
So,
there's a lot I
in
can't
my
do
own
about
small way,
I'm
I
very...
just try.
And then I got diagnosed really early, so they started putting me on Adderall when I was like 7, and that really fucked my brain up. And then I got like a billion concussions. I'm very aware of the limitations of my mental health, but I still have to exist as a human being. And one of the ways that I
Sister,
can
relax.
is by
Relax.
working with God.
Don't tell me any more of your problems.
Okay, I'm just trying to explain some things because you're bringing it up directly.
Yeah, but I would rather you don't explain. The consistent need to explain is as though you haven't understood what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you actually owe me no explanation.
But I feel like you're not understanding what I'm saying, so
I am understanding what you're saying. What I'm saying to you is you don't owe me any explanation. There's only one person that you owe an explanation to.
Yeah, and I work on it.
Yourself. You owe yourself an explanation why, though you have the power to be fully in charge of your life, you let yourself go.
I thought we were talking about God. Like, why would you believe in God?
Sister, come back another day, okay?
Okay.
You're the type of person that if I spoke to, I need a lot of time.
Okay,
Okay?
that sounds
I
great.
do not have
I'm
that
so
time
sorry.
right now.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for me to go. I got to be at work. All right? I hope you guys have a great night. It's time to go fix some airplanes. It's literally winter. I work nights and I sleep during the day. Isn't it natural that I will lose the darkness of my skin? I can't wait for summer so I can go outside running. I just ran 5 miles today, but there was no sunlight. So, yeah, Ruta. She said I'm getting white. Really? Or maybe it's this light that's shining in my face. You see? I have this light shining in my face. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. I appreciate you. If you're not following me on YouTube, the link is in the description. If you're generous and you want to share the benevolence of your heart with me, my Cash App is also in the description. And your ancestor be with you too, Jamila. And I will also be with you, Jamila. Jamila, you might not love me, but Ruta loves me. Right, Ruta? Actually, let me talk to Ruta. I haven't spoken to Ruta in a while. This is cutting it close. This is cutting it close.
Bakanga. Yes, I love you.
Of course. Turn on your camera and let me see your beautiful face.
No, it's dark. It's 5
Why is
in
a
the
beautiful
morning.
girl
Yeah.
like you always in the dark?
Because you always come late.
Anyways, I just wanted to greet you. I haven't spoken to you in a while. How are you?
I'm doing great.
How's business?
Business is wonderful.
That's great. You've been traveling?
No. Just
You haven't been
focus.
traveling recently?
No.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I haven't spoken to you in a while. It's been almost a year.
Yeah,
Maybe
good to
not a
see
year.
you.
Yeah, it is. You got anything else for me before I
Thank
go?
you. Bye, Bakanga.
Bye, Ruta. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Bakanga is out. Take care of yourself, y'all. Don't hate anybody. It's too much energy to hate.
By the blood of